Oh, that's okay. That's interesting. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful, beautiful morning. I was looking at the way the YouTube looks, and it looks a little different. Um, when you started off, because I'm so used to have been doing this for about 70 days. I did miss yesterday, but I'll make it up later. But I just need some rest. We're getting down the wire. If you want to know anything about being an educator, it's kind of a grind. And so it saps the life and creativity out of me. And also waking up early in the morning is kind of um there's a kind of thing that has to happen. One thing that has to happen is if I'm gonna wake up early and doing it, that also means I have to sleep earlier. So so I've been up kind of working on lesson planning and everything and making sure the house is kind of clean. And so that kinda takes a little bit of time putting down the kids, working on chores, doing lesson planning in the evening time. I end up going to sleep at inappropriate times. That's conducive to sleeping for only 4 hours. So so I was really tired, so I was like, "I'm gonna go to sleep." So I slept in, but I did do my Bible reading for yesterday for day 73. I have a lot of interesting things to say on that. I tried something new. What I did was I did on so I read the Proverbs, and then I did my commentary on text or speech to text on Word, which is interesting. I really like that. I've been looking for different ways in which to do that because the way I process things is usually through words, like when I start speaking, and then I can kind of think things through and helps me think faster. And so I had a lot to say to some things, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do it that way. That's the way I do it every morning. Um, Sometimes I look it up with commentaries and things to kinda go ahead and get my headspace around it, but I don't actually do an outline of things I'm gonna write. I just go ahead and go on the top of the dome, but I do look at commentary to, help me with things I don't really understand. It's like, "What are you trying to say here?" Um, yeah, there's people have been writing about all the Bible verses for ever since people started reading the Bible. So use what you have. Sometimes off the noggin, you can't think about it, especially in the morning. So whatever you can use to get some kind of truth to what God's trying to say. Yes, I have some inspiration and things at first, but I just want to make sure I'm being correct and actually referencing other Bible verses and everything. That's something you should do. And so, especially when Proverbs goes different directions and everything, in their what they're speaking about wisdom and stuff. Also wanna rush to remind you of looking at the baselines. In the description below, you could go ahead and look at the baselines and, see some main points that Proverbs is kinda going through. Uh, always, uh, always go for, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And and the understanding is that, yeah, you're trying to look to be like Christ and you're following Jesus and you have accepted him into your Lord and Savior. Uh, I'm not saying that you have to be a believer, a follower to, or a follower to understand the wisdom here, but it gives a better context and it's more meaningful if you are a follower. So if you want to accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, I'll go ahead and help you with that. Just go ahead and leave a comment in the description. Leave a comment and, willing to talk to you and if you want to do that. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the verses for today. It's we are in day 74. Thank you for joining me. Whether you're joining me in the morning, like I wake up every morning to do it, mostly every morning. I say not every morning. It's mostly every morning. In the afternoon during a lunch break or something, or you just kind of having time to go ahead and just watch this. It's totally fine to go over these verses with me. That's totally great. Really appreciate you joining me on this journey. But here we go. Proverbs 12:16 to 17 in the ESV. The vexation of a fool is known at once, but the prudent ignores an insult. Whoever speaks the truth gives honest evidence, but a false witness utters deceit. All right, let's tear this thing apart. Let's go with the vexation of the fool is the orange. Is known at once. The prudent. Whoops. The prudent ignores an insult. Whoever speaks the truth gives honest evidence, but the false witness. Whoops. Utters deceit. Oh, yeah, I always go back and forth between. Oh, excuse me. I always go back and forth between the wise and the wicked. Well, we'll just use that as a baseline as the wise and the wicked. The wise is yellow and the wicked is orange, just for the sake of the color coding. And the results of the wise is green, and the results of the wicked is the purple. Okay? So the vexation of the fool. Vexation is when you get insulted. You are vexed. Oh my gosh, what the heck happens? And all that kind of stuff. And the thing is, and you see these people sometimes, they're always complaining, "Oh my gosh, life is so hard. What did they say?" Yeah. And if you want to go ahead and write in the description below or comment on when someone has a problem, has been insulted, and they want to let everyone know about it. And the thing about that is yes, it feels like you are justified to let people know that you are having a hard time, that someone has insulted you, and also all at once let everyone know that you are the center of the universe. I just want to lay it out there. Everyone has a hard time. No one has a very perfect day all the time, and we are not entitled to have everything go well and perfect for us, because we're living in a world where there is evil and badness is that I want to use that word, and things are going to go wrong. Things will happen. Expect it. Yes, you want to be a perfectionist. Yes, you want everything to go exactly as planned, but no, it doesn't always happen that way, and you have to be okay with that. And one of the things about the fool is that they go ahead and just let everybody know, and they just complain all the time, like, "Oh my gosh, all that happens," and little do they know, or maybe they do know, or it doesn't matter to them, that everyone else struggles also. It's just the human condition, being human. We are not perfect. And so everyone knows at once. And I want to say that that is a fool things, because it shows a lack of, I want to say, self control, which is a part of one of the things of wisdoms, because it is not for everyone to know your every issue. And it also shows a lack of having anybody to hear your issues. If you're sharing with everyone, then that means you don't have anyone to actually share with. Because if you're a wise, you should already have those couple of confidants in your pocket that you could kind of go to for your woes. In your workplace, there should be like one person or two people that you could talk to, like your close coworkers, or maybe it is a manager or an administrator that is kind of like your next level person that you talk to and give your problems to. You don't go to the president, not at all. As a regular worker, you don't go to the manager or the CEO of a company and just go ahead and lay their concerns. No, they should, like, it's more like, "Who are you? Why are you causing issues? I'm gonna fire you. Why the heck?" Um, no, you go to the next person, next level in line. You have to be appropriate when you share your insults, when you share your issues. You go to your manager, or if you go horizontal, then you go to, it should be like one or two people. You don't want to tell everyone in your department, "Oh my gosh, woe is me," unless you have that space in your work area, and you have that space where it is a part of the community where you just share things, and that's totally fine. Like for me, um I personally have, in my program, I have, 3 other adults that we meet regularly with, on Mondays, and one of the things I like to kind of encourage is high lows. Like, what's going on? What are some things that are good that's been happening? What are some things that are bad? Just to share out. We don't wanna have a pity party. We just wanna share what's going on in our lives, just to let everybody know, just to be a part of each other's lives because we work so close together. We do like parties together. We do activities together. We share the same students. We're concerned about. And we have kind of the same vision, and so we meet together, and we share. Not only are we in our uh, students' lives, but we are in each other's lives. And those are the people that I could go ahead and share things. But I won't go with the broader people in my department and just kind of share out everything that's going on. No, it's a small, close knit group of people who know me. I know them, and we are in each other's lives. And we kind of not only in the workplace, but we kind of know each other and stuff like that. And so I won't go out and just say to everybody, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh." It's almost like you're spreading gossip and rumors, and that's not a good thing. So be self-controlled, and that's why the verse 16 part 2 is the prudent ignores an insult. It's not saying that you just have it in you be get insulted and just leave it in and just kind of like hold it in. No, you do have to talk it out and try to find ways in which to deal with things that you're having issues with. And so when you talk to your manager, your immediate manager, the one right above you, about the issue, then you guys could go ahead and collaborate and find some ways to deal with it. And so that's the appropriate way to do it. Um, like for home, um, if your spouse does something, no, you should not, um, I guess, react. You should think about it and kind of feel like, and then come later and say, "Hey, I've been feeling these things recently because of this situation." Then you guys could talk about it, um, and come to an understanding of where you guys are coming from. And one of the things that the prudent is that you hold back the reaction. And of course, you're going to react. You're human, you have emotions and stuff like that. But you hold back the reaction and kind of think about, what are you going to say? What are you really feeling? I think it's wrong to hold it in completely, but I think it's correct to hold it in and then come back later and talk about it later. Or we hold it in and think if it's appropriate for you to say things. And sometimes your spouse or your partner will come back to you and apologize for things they said, because they realized maybe something they said wrong. And well, maybe it is something maybe you did say something wrong, and they were in the right and kind of getting mad, or whatever the case. It's always good to hold back, contemplate, and reflect on the things that are being said to you before you say stuff. But don't take too long, because eventually you'll just build up woes against someone else, and that's not good. And then you start feeling negative thoughts towards another person, and I could see myself do that to my wife. And so don't do that. Go back, communicate, connect again, and try to find understanding. Um, yeah, that's kind of a thing to go. All right. So, which leads to verse 17, because they're kind of working. Whoever speaks the truth gives honest evidence. And so again, when you want to speak the truth, you want to make sure that your information is correct. And so don't that's why it's pretty bad to react. Sometimes when you're emotional, you just say whatever comes on the top of your brain, and then you kind of bring up some old issue that shouldn't be brought up at all, and that's it's bad. It could get dramatic. So when you're speaking the truth, make sure you have researched and kind of thought about it, searched your heart, making sure you're coming um, with the heart of wanting to repair and be life giving. So if you're life giving, that also means that you are going to be critical and you are going to call people out. But it's not for the purpose of making them feel bad. It's for the purpose of restoring and bringing back the relationship to a right place, so that you guys could be in relationship again. So yes, speak the truth. Make sure you have the evidence for it. Don't just say whatever happens to come out of your mouth. and do your best to be right for other people as well as yourself. Yes, you may have been emotionally hurt, but yes, the other person also has emotional hurt. So you guys you have to think about that and be appropriate on that. Okay. Unfortunately, there's the other people. Someone who gives false witness and utters deceit. These are the people that destroys, because what they do is lie. Lying equals destroying. If you lie, you're destroying. It's as easy as that. You're destroying relationships, you're destroying yourself and the other person. And that is not an appropriate thing. So don't give false witness, don't lie at all. Because truth is life-giving. Truth is is there to build up and restore and everything. But people who lie, it's they're deceitful and they're self-serving in the negative way, and they don't care what happens to another person. It feels like that. And so don't let other people die. And I know, and again, for the lying thing, it's all about taking responsibility, which is one of the baselines. People who are wise and are a follower of Jesus Christ takes responsibilities for their actions, whether they're wrong or right. If they're wrong, yeah, they take responsibility, face the consequences, and move on. We're not perfect. We're not always going to do the right thing all the time. So yeah, you have to kind of accept that as part of life. That you're going to hurt someone else's feelings. It's as easy as that. You are. And when that happens, how you respond to that, um, speaking the truth with the evidence, being prudent with your words when you speak, and really considering the other person, because obviously you love them. And so you want to continue the love. And so continuing the love is being self control, kind, and patient. Really thinking about the situation and kind of coming up with appropriate things to say with the purpose of building up. Of course, you want them to feel the way you feel, like you hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you thing, but no, no. Um, you have to kind of step back, take a breath, and realize the situation. If you are right, then yeah, call it out for what it is, but do it in a way that allows for them to think about it. So that means not attacking the other person. Okay, you don't want to attack the other person. So we'll keep that in mind. Okay. Well, anyways, that's all I have for this morning. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully you learned something. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.